You need to change perspective in your life with a positive attitude, because it certainly gives a good pace in your life, because without a good pace your life becomes dull and uninteresting. Here I am with a good story, and I don't think so that it's only a good story, but I think that it's a good mindset, and I can assure you that if you go to listen to it very carefully, certainly it will bring some changes in your mindset. So if you want some changes in your mindset, it's important for you to be with me till the end of this story. This story will give you good lesson, but my purpose is not here to give you only a good lesson. My purpose is something else. Actually here I want to make you understand the importance of a good content. I always hear people saying that a good content has not much importance. Actually people know that a good content plays only 7% role in communicating and 93% are of others. But I am not agree with you. I am not agree with those persons. I want to tell you one thing here, that absolutely a good content plays only 7% role in your communicating and 93% are of others. But suppose that if you have no good content and if you are not going on the stage and you do not start your speech, absolutely what will happen with those 90% which come from voice and good body language? So I think that without good content, your voice and your body language are of no importance. So that's why it's important for anyone to maintain a good content, because it gives you a good initiative when you start speaking anything anywhere. This world is full of different types of people, and so they have different mindsets, and it is never going to happen that all the people will be agree to the same point. Here I'm not going to tell you that you have to be agree with me, but I want to tell you one thing, that the purpose of this session is only to help you in communicating well. Once upon a time, in an Indian village, there used to live 6 blind people. And in the same village one day, an elephant came. As the 6 blind people had already heard a lot about an elephant, so they had excitements to know about it. So they went to the elephant to know it. The first blind person out of those 6 persons went to touch the elephant, and unfortunately he caught the tail of the elephant, and so he realized that an elephant is like a rope having some hair. So he comes and describes an elephant as a rope having some. Now it was a chance for the second blind person, and so he went to touch the elephant, and he touched the stomach of the elephant, and he found it very tough. So he described an elephant as a wall. When he came, he described to other persons that an elephant is like a strong wall. The third blind person also reached near the elephant, and he caught the leg of the elephant, and he thought that an elephant is like a banana tree. So when he comes to other blind persons, he described an elephant as a banana tree. Now it was the time of the fourth blind person. So without delaying, he reached the elephant and he caught the ear of the elephant, and he found that an elephant is like a hand fan. Hand fan, we know about hand fan. And so when he came to other blind persons, he described an elephant saying that an elephant is like a hand fan. He also says that an elephant can fly. In the course of knowing an elephant, it was the fifth blind person who caught the trunk of the elephant. And so he described an elephant that an elephant is like a big and strong snake. It was now the 6th person. So unfortunately he caught the tusk of the elephant. And so he described that an elephant is like a spine. And absolutely all the 6 persons had different mindsets regarding the same elephant. The 6 blind people thought that they had known very well about the elephant. That's why they started talking about the elephant. But they were not agree to the same point, because they had different opinions regarding the elephant. Very soon their talking converted into a quarrel. But at the same time, a wise man was passing through the way. When he knew all things, he tried to convince all the blind people, and they got convinced. Means, what is this? The matter is here that if you do not know everything about anything, absolutely it becomes a matter of quarrel. At last of this session, only one thing I have to tell you, that whenever you have to communicate anywhere, at any place, at first you have to keep the complete content. If you do not have complete content, absolutely you start quarreling, and another wise man comes to convince you. That's why it's important that you must understand the importance of a good content. So it's enough for today. Give me permission today. I will be again in next session with some new things. Till then, bye.